What's going on, guys? Bflattened here with a brand new updated build video for level 72. I decided to go with PotaMoze 2.0 for the 72 edition. There's not too many changes to this build, however there are some significant changes that makes the build 10 times better than it was previously. So let's go over it one more time if you have not seen the 65 version. So we are using the Guardian Angel with URAD, specifically with the Minesweeper and Cloning Maddening Tracker. However, we will get to that right away. Let's go ahead and go through the skill trees. So everything is the same in the green tree from previously. We use Cloud of Lead, we use Daka Bear, we use Redistribution, we use Stoke the Embers, we max out Scorching RPMs, and Specialist Bear. Nothing changes here. Red Tree does change a little bit from the last time. We still use Security Bear, we still use Armored Infantry, Flat Off Ingenuity, and Thin Red Line are all the same. Experimental Munitions is also the same, and we had 2 points into Desperate Measures last time. Where I put the 7 points is I finished off Desperate Measures, so that's 1 point. I put other 2 points into Drowning in Brass, and I put 4 points into Failing's Doctrine. Now, Drowning in Brass is going to be giving you a stack of gun damage is increased for both her and her allies, just in case you're using the flipper. And the fire rate is reduced. If you are using the flipper in case you run out of nades and you need to crit something for nades, this will be pretty helpful. Desperate Measures, of course, you get your gun damage up to 50% just in case you need it. And it's nice to max this thing out just in case you need it. Again, for flipper related things is really, really good. And Failing's Doctrine is probably going to be the main one. This is going to be the one that helps out the most. After killing an enemy, you gain a stack of Failing's Doctrine. For every stack of Failing's Doctrine, your shield and gun damage are increased. Each stack lasts 30 seconds. There are no stack limits. The gun damage isn't too important. However, the maximum shield gain on this is going to be really nice since we're using the Deathless. We're using Thin Red Line. So, we're going to be at 40%, which means we're cutting off our health date. So we don't have a health date, so the more shield that we are able to get, the better. With our shield updates, we have 123,000 shield. However, with Failing's Doctrine, we can get into the 400,000, sometimes 500,000, depending on how quick you are. And Blue Tree stays the exact same. We have Fire in the Skag's Den with 4 points with our class mod and 5 points from Skill Tree. Means of Destruction with 3. Torque Cross Promo with 5, Auto Bearer 1, Pull the Holy Pin 3, Vampire with 5, To the Last with 1, Short Fuse with 1. We also use Why Can't I Carry All These Nades for +3 grenade count, since the grenade is going to be our main source of damage. You don't need Vampire at 5 necessarily, so if you want to take 5 points out of here and put them elsewhere, you can. However, if you are spamming up your nades and your shield somehow goes down, you can start the process of healing right away. If you blow yourself up, Vampire is not going to be that useful. So what you can do if you want to is you can move points out of Vampire into Stainless Steel Bear, since I do believe Stainless Steel Bear still interacts with Fire in the Skag's Den in a very weird way. Why it works that way, I have no idea, but apparently it does. So if you want to get a little bit more damage, Stainless Steel Bear can be helpful. You only really need 2 points in Vampire. I like 5 just in case, but that's total preference, up to you guys. 3 points into Big Surplus, because whenever your action skill is cooled down, you deal bonus fire damage. This is Mayhem scaled. It's an insane skill. 3 points here is definitely worth it. Not too much changes in Skill Tree, except for the 7 points that I mentioned here, with the new level cap being 72. Now, we did update the build a little bit. We have a 72 flipper. It has Fire Corrosive. You're going to want Fire on here for sure. Consecutive hits, even though it did get nerfed to 100%, consecutive hits is probably still one of Moze's most important annoyance. So this is very useful. Guardian Angel, this is going to be our main weapon that we are going to be hanging on to. It is 72. It is URAD. URAD is still an amazing annoyance, even though it goes down to 100%. And we have a Plague Bearer just in case for fight for our life weapons. It's Fire. It's URAD. It does all the amazing things. We have a Revolter at 72. This one has a turtle part, so we have 10% less HP. However, it gets more capacity. More capacity is actually very helpful on this. So it has the action skill start and everything. Floating Maddening Tracker on Grenade Throw, level 72. It is double the damage of a 65. Let's see if I can find my 65. It is double the damage of 65 nearly, so this is a huge improvement from the 65 to 72 version. We stuck with the toboggan at 65. Unfortunately, I could not find a 72 version of the toboggan with grenade damage, but this thing still works just as fine. Honestly, the entire 65 build still works just fine. Everything going up to 72 is just absurd and excessive. So I kept the Minesweeper the same. Splash damage, grenade capacity, grenade damage. However, if you want to jump up to a 72, there are some 72 class mods in here. 3-2 split of Torque Cross Promo and Fire in the Skag's Den for nade damage. Torque Cross Promo, Fire in the Skag's Den. This one has 5 Fire in the Skag's Den, but it has no good passives. So if you want 5 Fire in the Skag's Den and a 72, I threw this in here as well because I randomly found this and I thought it was pretty cool. So you can feel free to play with any of those. But primarily for the most amount of damage, you're going to want this Minesweeper because it benefits everything that you need. So let's go ahead and bring it out into the field, just like we always do. We activate Cub to proc Revolter, we toss nades, and everything from here is all you really need. Is just toss nades and keep on activating Revolter whenever you have your Cub up. Your Cub is going to expire very quickly because it has railguns on it, the shock railguns. You do want that so you can have big surplus active as much as possible. And the faster that Cub is down, the faster that it can start cooling down process, so you can get your Revolter back again. See, I downed myself there with a nade. If you hit yourself with any one of those nades, you will die. It doesn't matter how much your shield or HP is at, because you're swinging for millions upon millions of damage. And with Guardian Angel, U-Rad, fire damage all in hand, it's not very helpful. So you gotta play a little bit of dodgeball with your own nades. Looks like I found a loot cart. Very nice. Although I don't think it's dropping anything. So radiation explosions are actually quite cool on this, just like we were using previously, because the radiation explosions can chain to nearby enemies, and it just causes a lot more destruction. Finally, one thing I did not mention, as I forgot to do it last time as well, you may have noticed that we ran out of nades there. There is a way to regenerate grenades in multiple fashions. Our first one is in the blue tree with means of destruction. You have a grenade chance of 6% to be replenished. And also in our Mayhem 10 modifiers, we have more than okay boomer. Grenade damage is increased by 25%. And enemies have a chance to drop grenade ammo when they die. They do have a chance to be live grenade ammo, however, they're not Mayhem scaled, so they only do about 500 damage to you. You won't notice it at all. Freeze tag is nice because if you go down, you can shoot the cryo orb and regen yourself. Same with laser flare. If you go down and you hit a laser flare, you can revive yourself. Daze and Infuse is not the greatest very hard modifier. You would probably ideally want post-mortem. Even Buddy System can work, but Daze and Infuse is also not the worst to have. Polyamorous. And a consecutive hits Hellwalker. Cool, streamer luck. Let's go ahead and move on, shall we? I'm gonna go meet you guys at Captain Trant like we always do. So I will meet you at the boss and we'll fool around with the boss a little bit, shall we? Oh, right, so we made it to Trant. So this is going to be what's going to happen when we have big surplus active and no Cub with no Revolter. Just Minesweeper and big surplus. A couple nade throws. All you need is one crit with one Minesweeper proc. And bosses like Trant will just kind of disappear before your eyes. Now, this will happen with pretty much any boss. If any of you guys have seen any of the short videos, this was the exact build that was able to do every single boss in the entire game under 30 seconds time, not including immune phases, including the Super Hag of Fervor that had 48 billion HP. Now let's go ahead and do it with Revolter, shall we? Go ahead and toss some of these guys. I got hit by the ice wall. Thank God we can throw nades in our fight for our life. Now another cool thing about the Guardian Angel is that when you are at a 23.8 meter distance, you get 500% damage. So the reason why the U-Rad is good on it is because you're doing both V1 and V2 damage, or otherwise known as multiplicative and additive. The 500% is V2, the V1 is the radiation damage. So you're technically getting a 2-in-1 here, which is very, very, very nice. A lot of people have asked about 150-90, not preferred. The radiation is going to be doing you a lot better on this. And it also works with Iron Cup. So the V2 portion of this, the 500% damage, actually works with Iron Cup. Because of this, enemies like Eleanor in the Heart can actually get one-shot through all of her immunity phases. So if Cub hits Eleanor in the Heart once, and you're at a certain distance, you will one-shot Eleanor in the Heart all the way through all immune phases. I'm going to try to see if I can get a clip of that actually one of these days to show you guys, but yeah, it does work with Iron Cub, and it's actually pretty ridiculous how it does. So make sure you have U-Rat on your Guardian Angel. Other than that, I think I've pretty much covered everything I can for the 72 edition of Hot PotaMoze. Very, very excited to get into level 72 builds again. Expect a lot of updates on that. This save file is going to be in Discord as always, so make sure if you want to grab it, make sure to go ahead and pick it up in the download build section. If you join the Discord, you'll automatically be able to access it. Other than that, I think that's all from me. My name is Bflattened, guys. I'm signing on out of here. Take care, all. Laters.